Pakistan needs to stop harboring terrorists, prevent cross-border attacks, U.S. United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo slammed Pakistan for harboring terrorists and said that the country needs to do more about the terrorists operating from its soil. Pompeo also said that U.S. saw what happened in India on February 14 and the news released by India Today on MSN. New Zealand shooting, 49 dead, Australian man charged over mosque shootings. Follow latest updates below. All times Eastern unless otherwise noted. 12:30 a.m. The imam of a Christchurch mosque who was leading Friday prayers when the gunman opened fire said extremists would never ever touch our confidence, AFP reports. We still. News released by CBS News. Trump answers rebuke of border plan with a veto. Washington, AP. Unbowed by a congressional rebuke, President Donald Trump issued the first veto of his presidency in a demonstration that he is not through fighting for his signature campaign promise, which stands largely unfulfilled 18 months before. News released by Houston Chronicle. James Gunn rehired as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 director. Forget Mary Poppins returns, James Gunn returns, y'all. The writer/director behind the Marvel Studios blockbusters Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was unceremoniously fired from the third installment in the franchise last. News released by Yahoo News. Trudeau to shuffle cabinet, sources. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will shuffle his cabinet for the third time in 3 months on Monday, CBC News has learned, filling the gap left by the dramatic departure of Jane Philpott last month over the government's handling of the SNC-Lavalin affair. News released by CBC.ca on MSN. I found a hotel I like better than the $1 billion hotel considered the most luxurious in the world. I've stayed in a lot of luxurious places over the past year. And, who could forget the king of them all, Dubai's Burj Al Arab, named the best hotel in the world. Shaped like the sail of an Arabian Dhow ship and built for $1 billion, the Burj is full of. News released by Business Insider on MSN. Boeing 737 MAX software patch expected before end March, sources. Singapore/Paris, Reuters, Boeing Co. BA.N. plans to release upgraded software for its 737 MAX in a week to 10 days. Sources familiar with the matter said. The U.S. plane maker has been working on a software upgrade for an anti-stall system and pilot. News released by Reuters. Breaking down Conor McGregor's latest round of legal troubles and the potential consequences. UFC star Conor McGregor, who last year pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct in New York, faces a new round of legal troubles that could complicate his ability to fight in the United States. On Monday, Miami police arrested the 30-year-old Irish fighter. News released by Sports Illustrated on MSN. College admissions scandal should include rich buying names on campus buildings, Newsom says. California Governor Gavin Newsom said Friday that the college admissions scandal extends beyond the recent charges against rich parents buying entrance to elite colleges and suggested it should include the legal bribery of billionaires buying naming. News released by Los Angeles Times. Cash demand concerns overshadow launch of new Tesla model. Shares of Tesla fell about 4% Friday as investors wondered whether its unveiling of an electric sport utility vehicle will add to pressure on cash flow, while analysts worried the carmaker is not addressing slowing demand for other models. News released by Reuters on MSN. With LeBron James out, Lakers' big weakness glaring in loss to Detroit Pistons. Defensive stops can lead to success on offense, and for a time this season the Lakers were a solid transitional team. But as their ranks have been depleted and they've struggled more and more offensively, that has changed. One such moment came Friday. News released by Los Angeles Times. Tiger Woods is latest victim of golf's notorious hellhole. Ponte Vedra Beach, FLA. The days begin rather quietly out at the Island Green Par 3 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass during Players' Championship Week. The mornings are sleepy at one of the most. News released by New York Post. Bobrovsky shuts down Hurricanes as Blue Jackets win 3-0. Columbus, Ohio, AP. Sergei Bobrovsky stopped 46 shots including 22 in the second period to get his sixth shutout of the season, and the Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 on Friday night. Adam McQuaid, David Savard, and Josh. News released by USA Today. Chelsea Clinton blamed by NYU students for New Zealand mosque attacks and AMP. Twitter defends her. At a vigil for the Christchurch mosque shootings, NYU students accused Chelsea Clinton of stoking Islamophobia with her rhetoric. Twitter users shut down the uncalled forefinger. News released by Hollywood Life. This is the best peanut butter cup, according to a taste test. When you think peanut butter cup, what's the first thing to come to mind? Reese's, right? In my mind and the minds of lots of folks, Reese's is the best candy this side of Grandma's kitchen. Didn't Grandma make the best sponge candy? As much. News released by Reader and #39's Digest on MSN. Big Goofy Dog fails agility course in the most adorable fashion. Last year, the big, furry goofball pup stole everyone's heart with his performance during a televised agility course run for rescue dogs, but not exactly for his gracefulness or athleticism. Rather than tackle the course like other, more skillful dogs. News released by the Dodo on MSN. Fed's calming effect on stocks is starting to look a little like euphoria. That relief investors felt in January when the Federal Reserve took its dovish pivot is showing signs of turning into something bigger. A feeling approaching bliss was on display this week when ahead of Wednesday's rate decision the S&P 500 staged its. News released by Bloomberg LP. Blake Shelton charms XL crowd with ballads. BS. Dunno if Blake Shelton has a wedding to Gwen Stefani on his mind. But for his sold-out concert Friday at XL Energy Center, he featured something old, something new, something borrowed and something blue. The old was the Bellamy brothers, who are 73 and 68. News released by Star Tribune.